Today we will be talking about how World War II has impacted women so far. Women have played an important part in World War II, from serving in the military to taking over men's jobs in factories. Because men had left their jobs to enter the military, women went from being typical housewives to replacing the men in their jobs. Later on, we'll hear more about Women in Factories by Audrey. During the war, women had entered the military, but they were not allowed to fight in combat. The closest that women got to enemy fire was when they served as nurses near the front lines, in the Army Nurse Corps. The job that women took while on duty were driving trucks, repairing airplanes, rigging parachutes, serving as radio operators, flying military aircraft, test flying newly repaired planes, and even training anti-aircraft artillery gunners by acting as flying targets. Some women even worked as secret agents. Their job was to find out all the information they could for the Allies for their planned landings in Normandy. General Eisenhower had said the contribution of the women of America, whether on the farm or in the factory or in uniform, to D-Day was absolutely necessary of the invasion effort. He, along with many others, felt that they could not win the war without the aid of the women in uniform.
Hello there, Audrey here. On the next topic about the women working in factories. Now that our men are being called up to fight at war, our women need to take some of their positions down in the factories. Even the average American housewife is willing to leave their housework to take over the jobs the men going to war are leaving behind. In order to see the importance of the war effort, the government decided to promote Rosie the Riveter as the ideal woman worker. The women working in factories would range from making ammunition to uniforms to airplanes. Since most women were required to work in factories, some had to move to be closer. Women would get paid $2.15 a week. The men in factories would get paid more, which led to a strike down in Glasgow. As a result of the strike, the protesters found out how little the women were being paid in the factories and had a part-time victory in return. They got paid not the same as the men, but even better than before the strike. Now here's a video of women working in factories.
Call for help, which was still echoing in the Detroit area when women began to respond. Convinced they could do factory work, or anything within their strength that men could do for Uncle Sam. They wore a new badge, a badge not only of courage, but of achievement. These women who had never worked outside their own homes before. As the demand for men was as limitless as global boundaries, this punch-press stalwart was but one of thousands needed at the front. And that's where he is right now, released with others by American women workers. These giants of the sky was 25% the product of woman's industry, while these mighty 1,250 horsepower engines were equally the product of fair and competent hands. A new kind of sewing bee for the ladies. A new kind of club that has been felt in Berlin and Tokyo. Sections are lowered into position by cranes, for the operation of which women were needed, while below, women's hands guide pendant tons as fearlessly as men could do it.
Thank you, Audrey. Now I'm here with Rosie the Riveter, and more detail on women working. Hello, Rosie.
Why, hello there, Steve.
Oh, so Rosie, you're every woman's symbol to go out and work. How does it make you feel?
Well, Steve, that makes me feel wonderful because us women need to show men that we can do anything they can do. Heck, I say even better. Men right there are fighting for our country to keep us safe. Least we can do is support them and take their places while they're gone so the U.S. can stay functioning.
So very true, Rosie. Our men are hard at work trying to keep us safe and win the war. Now, tell me this. What can you tell to the housewives who are scared to do a man's job?
Well, I'll tell those housewives that it's easy. It's just like doing housework, but with different materials.
How is housework and working in factories the same, Rosie?
They're the same in many ways, Steve. Well, first being, if women can follow recipes to make food or bake, you can learn how to load a shell. Good with your hands? Are you good at sewing? Then you'll have no problem welding in airplane parts.
What a wonderful way to explain that, Rosie.
Why, thank you, Steve. It's the least I can do to try to get more women working to help war and help the U.S. stay on its feet.
Yes, so very true. Now, what more detail can you give us about women working in the military?
Oh, of course. Well, women are getting the opportunity to help while being in the war as well. Many women have enlisted. We can do any job out there, but we can't be in combat. Most women fly Women's Airplane Force Service.
What did the Women's Air Force Service do during the war?
The women fly the airplanes to transport military planes to Great Britain and many war fronts.
Wow, that is really brave of them. Well, that is all the time we have left. And for today, I'm Steve here with Rosie saying good night.
So why aren't you in the war, Steve? You look like a strong guy. Did you sign up?
No.
Why not? Do you not want to help the U.S.?
Well, you see...
Does your wife at least work?
No, she's at home with the kids.
There are many men dying to help the U.S., and you and your wife are doing nothing.
Well, Man America, swing around.
I know, right? Oh, it's recording already. Stop. Oh my god, good thing it's black and white.
Oh.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Recording.
Hi.
I'm done.
Ah! Okay.
Oh, my little woman.